Welcome to Metabolic Reboot 50 Plus, where we uncover the truth others won't tell you about your metabolism after 50. If you're eating well, moving regularly, and still watching stubborn belly fat grow, or feeling drained and stuck on the weight loss roller coaster, you're not alone. The frustration is real, but here's the hard truth: it's not just about calories or exercise anymore. Your body is playing by a new set of rules, and the biggest culprit hiding in plain sight is chronic stress. You've probably heard about cortisol, the so-called stress hormone, but what no one tells you is how this hormone quietly hijacks your metabolism, especially after 50. It triggers fat storage right around your belly, drains your energy, and rewires your body to hold on to weight no matter what you do. This isn't a personal failure, it's a biological response to prolonged stress that's been overlooked for decades. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on cortisol's hidden effects and how it blocks your progress. More importantly, you'll learn what you can do to regain control, reset your metabolism, and finally break free from that exhausting cycle. It's time to stop fighting a battle you weren't given the right tools to win. Let's reboot your metabolism with the knowledge that empowers you. If you think stress is just about feeling overwhelmed or anxious, think again. After 50, chronic stress goes deeper. It rewires your metabolism in ways that make losing belly fat nearly impossible. Here's why. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to the effects of cortisol, the stress hormone. Cortisol's job is to help you respond to immediate danger, think fight or flight. But when stress becomes constant, cortisol levels stay elevated, and that's when the trouble starts. Elevated cortisol signals your body to hold onto fat, especially around your midsection. This isn't random belly fat, it's a survival mechanism. Your body thinks it needs extra fuel reserves to handle ongoing stress. The result? A stubborn, growing belly that won't respond to dieting or exercise like it used to. But cortisol's damage doesn't stop there. It also interferes with insulin, the hormone responsible for regulating blood sugar. High cortisol makes your cells less sensitive to insulin, driving what's called insulin resistance. When your body resists insulin, sugar stays in your bloodstream longer, causing energy crashes, cravings, and more fat storage, all common complaints after 50. This vicious cycle keeps your metabolism in a slow, fat-storing mode. Here's another twist: cortisol suppresses your thyroid function. Your thyroid is the master regulator of metabolic rate, how fast or slow your body burns calories. When cortisol is high, thyroid hormones drop, slowing your metabolism further. This explains why you might feel sluggish or cold, even when you're doing everything right. Understanding this hormonal chaos is the key to breaking free. The old advice to just eat less, move more fails because it doesn't address the core metabolic sabotage cortisol creates. Instead, you need strategies that lower cortisol naturally and restore your hormonal balance. So, what does this mean for you? It means your metabolism isn't broken, it's just responding to the wrong signals. When cortisol is high, your body refuses to burn fat, stores more sugar as fat, and slows your energy production. This is why your usual diet and exercise plans feel useless. The good news is that cortisol is reversible. You can reset this system, but only if you understand the new rules. That starts with managing stress in a way that actually impacts your body's hormones, not just your mind. It means choosing foods, habits, and routines that lower cortisol and improve insulin sensitivity, instead of making the problem worse. You're not alone on this journey. Once you grasp how chronic stress hijacks your metabolism, you gain the power to reclaim your energy, reshape your body, and reboot your health for good. Next, we'll dive into the specific habits and foods that help you flip the switch on cortisol, so you can finally see the changes you deserve. If you're frustrated because you've cut calories, moved more, and still see that stubborn belly, there's a silent player working against you: cortisol. You've heard it called the stress hormone, but it's much more than just a reaction to pressure at work or home. Cortisol is a master regulator that controls how your body stores fat, especially after 50, and it's a hormone you can't afford to ignore. Here's the truth: cortisol doesn't just make you store fat, it actively rewires your fat cells to grow larger and more stubborn, particularly around your abdomen. This isn't about willpower or laziness, your fat cells become more sticky to cortisol. When cortisol levels stay high for too long, these fat cells get a powerful signal to hold onto every calorie they can. This is why belly fat after 50 is often the hardest to lose. It's literally a hormonal fortress. But cortisol's sabotage goes beyond fat storage. It also boosts your appetite, especially cravings for sugar and carbs. This is not a coincidence. Cortisol triggers your brain's reward system, making you reach for that extra cookie or bowl of pasta, even if you're not truly hungry. You end up stuck in a cycle where stress makes you crave the very foods that spike your blood sugar, which then leads to more insulin resistance and fat storage. It's a vicious feedback loop that feels impossible to break. Now, here's the kicker: many popular stress relief habits can backfire and raise cortisol even more. Drinking too much caffeine, relying on sugary snacks, or even intense workouts without enough recovery all spike cortisol levels. After 50, your body's stress response is more sensitive, so what worked in your 30s or 40s might now be adding fuel to the fire. So, what's the new rule? You must calm cortisol, not just your stress feelings, but the hormone itself. That means adopting habits that lower cortisol naturally and consistently. Deep, slow breathing, gentle movement like walking or yoga, and prioritizing quality sleep are your best allies. These actions send a biological all-clear signal to your body, telling it it's safe to release stored fat. Food also plays a crucial role. Anti-inflammatory, nutrient-dense foods like leafy greens, fatty fish, nuts, and seeds help lower cortisol and support your adrenal glands. Avoid processed carbs and sugar, which spike insulin and cortisol together, locking you further into fat storage mode. Remember, cortisol isn't your enemy, it's a survival hormone doing its job the wrong way when overstimulated. By understanding how to tame it, you take back control over your metabolism, your cravings, and your energy. This is the metabolic reboot that turns stubborn belly fat into a thing of the past. Next up, let's explore the exact foods and routines that not only lower cortisol but also reset insulin sensitivity, giving you the double advantage your 50-plus body needs to thrive. If you thought stress only made you feel overwhelmed, here's the metabolic twist: stress rewires how your body handles blood sugar in a way that fuels stubborn fat storage. This isn't just about feeling anxious, it's about a hormonal chain reaction that keeps your metabolism stuck in survival mode. When chronic stress hits, your body releases cortisol, which we know signals your fat cells to hold on tight. But cortisol also triggers another hormone, glucagon, and together, they flood your bloodstream with glucose, your body's main energy source. This spike in blood sugar is meant to fuel quick action in a real emergency. But when stress is constant, your body keeps flooding your blood with sugar, even if you're just sitting at your desk or running errands. Here's the catch: your pancreas, tasked with producing insulin to shuttle that sugar into your cells, can't keep up with this constant demand. Over time, your cells become less responsive to insulin, a condition called insulin resistance. That means sugar lingers in your bloodstream longer, causing energy crashes, brain fog, and those maddening sugar cravings that derail your best intentions. Worse, high blood sugar and insulin resistance send fat storage signals directly to your belly. Your body prioritizes storing this excess sugar as fat around your midsection because it sees it as a critical energy reserve. This is why belly fat is often the first and hardest place to shrink when you're stressed and over 50. But here's the empowering part: by calming stress hormones, you lower those blood sugar spikes naturally. That means less insulin resistance, fewer cravings, and a metabolism that's ready to burn fat instead of hoarding it. So what breaks this vicious cycle? The new rule is to regulate stress in a way that stabilizes blood sugar and insulin function. This means choosing foods that release glucose slowly, think low glycemic, high fiber options, and pairing them with protein and healthy fats to keep your blood sugar steady. It also means avoiding the quick fixes like sugary snacks or caffeine, which spike cortisol and blood sugar simultaneously, making the problem worse. Physical activity also plays a key role, but not the exhausting cardio that raises cortisol. Instead, gentle, consistent movement like walking or light strength training helps your muscles use up excess glucose, improving insulin sensitivity and encouraging fat loss. Remember, your metabolism after 50 isn't broken, it's just been hijacked by stress and the hormonal chaos it creates. The good news is, by mastering stress and blood sugar control, you take the reins back. You can reboot your metabolism, lose stubborn belly fat, and reclaim steady energy, all without extreme diets or exhausting workouts. Next, we'll reveal the exact foods and simple daily habits that help you lower cortisol, stabilize insulin, and finally see the waistline and energy changes you deserve. Stay with us, this is where the real transformation begins. If you've been battling stubborn weight and low energy, it's not just about what you eat or how much you move. Chronic stress doesn't just boost fat storage and cravings, it quietly drags down your metabolic rate, the very engine that burns calories and fuels your vitality. This hidden connection is why you can feel stuck, even when you're doing all the right things. Here's the metabolic truth: prolonged stress signals your body to conserve energy, because it's stuck in survival mode. Your metabolism slows down as a protective measure, reducing the number of calories you burn at rest. This slowdown isn't a personal flaw, it's a biological response designed to keep you alive when danger is perceived. But in today's world, stress isn't a one-time threat, it's chronic, invisible, and relentless. So your metabolism stays in low gear, making it harder to lose fat and easier to gain it. What's driving this slowdown? One key player is the hormone DHEA, dehydroepiandrosterone, often called the youth hormone. Under chronic stress, your adrenal glands prioritize producing cortisol at the expense of DHEA. Lower DHEA means less metabolic support and fewer protective effects against fat accumulation and muscle loss. This imbalance is a metabolic double whammy: higher cortisol stores fat, lower DHEA slows fat burning and reduces muscle mass, which further drags down metabolism. Another piece of the puzzle is mitochondrial function, the tiny power plants in your cells that generate energy. Chronic stress and elevated cortisol damage mitochondria, making them less efficient. When your mitochondria slow down, your body produces less energy, leaving you feeling fatigued and less motivated to move. This fatigue cycle reinforces the metabolic slowdown and weight gain. So how do you fight back? The new rule is to support your adrenal health and protect your mitochondria with the right lifestyle choices. That means prioritizing restorative sleep, which is critical for hormone balance and mitochondrial repair. It also means including nutrient-rich foods that feed your mitochondria, think antioxidants from colorful vegetables and minerals like magnesium and zinc that support energy production. Gentle movement like walking and light resistance training is another key. These activities stimulate mitochondrial growth and improve muscle mass without triggering excess cortisol production. Avoid overexertion, which can worsen adrenal fatigue and slow your metabolism further. Remember, slowing metabolism from stress is reversible, but it requires a mindful approach that supports your body's natural rhythms and energy systems. By understanding this hidden link, you're no longer fighting blindly. You have the tools to revitalize your metabolic engine, boost your energy, and finally break free from the weight plateau. Next, we'll dive into practical daily habits and simple food choices that nurture your adrenal glands and supercharge your mitochondrial health, giving you the metabolic reboot you deserve after 50. If you're doing all the right things, eating well, moving regularly, trying to rest, but still feel off, it's time to listen closely to your body's stress signals. These aren't just vague feelings of tiredness or irritability, they are clear metabolic red flags that your system is under strain and needs attention before things get worse. One common sign is persistent fatigue that doesn't improve with sleep. You might think you're just getting older or naturally tired, but chronic stress disrupts your sleep quality and hormone balance, leaving your energy tank perpetually on empty. When your body can't recover overnight, it's a signal that cortisol and other stress hormones are out of sync, interfering with your metabolic reboot. Another warning is brain fog and difficulty concentrating. Stress hormones flood your system and impair your brain's ability to function clearly. This mental fog isn't just annoying, it's an early indicator that your adrenal system and mitochondrial energy production are compromised. When your brain signals slow down, your metabolism is often following suit. You may also notice digestive issues like bloating, irregularity, or discomfort. Stress affects your gut directly, disrupting digestion and nutrient absorption. This creates a feedback loop where poor digestion worsens inflammation, and inflammation fuels more cortisol release. The result? Your metabolism gets stuck in a chronic low-grade stress state, holding on to weight stubbornly. Mood swings and increased anxiety are further metabolic warning signs. When cortisol is out of control, it impacts neurotransmitters that regulate mood, making it harder to manage stress effectively. This emotional strain can make healthy habits feel impossible, creating a self-perpetuating cycle that blocks metabolic progress. Finally, cravings for sugary or carb-heavy foods become more intense under stress. This isn't just a lack of willpower, it's your body's desperate attempt to quickly raise serotonin and dopamine, the feel-good brain chemicals cortisol suppresses. Recognizing these cravings as stress signals rather than hunger is crucial to breaking free from the cycle. The new rule here is simple but powerful: early recognition is your metabolic defense. Ignoring these signs lets cortisol and stress hormones gain a foothold, making the metabolic reboot harder and slower. Instead, treat these signals as your body's urgent request for recalibration, not failure, but opportunity. Taking action means integrating stress-lowering rituals into your daily routine long before burnout sets in. This could be a morning ritual of slow breathing, a mindful pause during your day, or an evening wind-down that truly prepares your body for restorative sleep. It's about tuning into your body's language and responding with kindness and consistency. Remember, metabolic freedom after 50 isn't about battling symptoms blindly, it's about becoming fluent in your body's stress language and responding proactively. The sooner you recognize these signals, the faster you can switch off cortisol sabotage and reboot your metabolism for lasting health and energy. Stay tuned, coming up next, we'll explore the exact daily habits and food swaps that help you catch stress early and reset your metabolism before the damage settles in. This is your path to lasting metabolic freedom. You've learned how chronic stress hijacks your metabolism, but now it's time to get practical. The new rules demand daily habits designed to lower cortisol naturally while giving your metabolism the boost it desperately needs. This isn't about drastic life overhauls or expensive supplements, it's about simple, consistent actions that fit into your life and send powerful signals to your body. It's safe to burn fat now. First, let's talk about hydration, but not just any hydration. Drinking water consistently throughout the day helps flush out stress hormones and supports your adrenal glands. Aim for cool, filtered water, but here's a little-known tip: add a pinch of sea salt or a squeeze of lemon. This helps balance electrolytes and supports adrenal function, which can be compromised by chronic stress. Hydration isn't glamorous, but it's a foundational habit that quietly lowers cortisol. Next up, movement, but not the exhausting kind. Gentle walking, preferably outdoors in natural light, does wonders to reduce cortisol without triggering more stress. The sunlight helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which is crucial for hormone balance and metabolism. Even a 20-minute walk after meals can stabilize blood sugar and ease stress. Bonus, moving your body regularly encourages mitochondrial function, giving you more energy and fat-burning power. Another powerful habit is prioritizing mindful pauses throughout your day. This means taking short breaks, just 3 to 5 minutes, where you focus solely on deep, slow breathing. This simple act lowers cortisol by activating your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode your body craves. You don't need meditation experience, just sit comfortably, inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale gently for 6. Repeat a few times and feel the tension melt away. Sleep hygiene also plays a starring role here. It's not just about logging hours but creating an environment that supports deep, restorative sleep. Dim your lights at least an hour before bed, avoid screens, and consider calming rituals such as herbal teas or reading. Your body repairs hormones and mitochondria during sleep, making this habit non-negotiable for metabolic reboot. Finally, food timing matters more than most realize. Aim to eat your largest meal earlier in the day and keep evening meals light and easy to digest. This rhythm respects your body's natural cortisol cycle, which peaks in the morning and should taper off by night. Eating heavy or carb-rich meals late can spike cortisol and insulin when your body wants to rest and repair, sabotaging fat loss and energy. By integrating these daily habits, hydration with electrolytes, gentle movement in natural light, mindful breathing breaks, optimized sleep, and strategic meal timing, you send a clear message to your metabolism: the stress is lifting, and it's time to burn fat and reclaim energy. No gimmicks, just science-backed, sustainable actions that work with your body after 50. You have the power now. These habits are your metabolic allies, the real tools that flip cortisol from foe to friend. Keep going, your body is ready to reboot. You've learned the damage stress does to your metabolism and why managing cortisol is essential. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter: What are the most effective stress-busting tools that actually work long-term, not just quick fixes or trendy hacks? This is where many get lost in the noise, trying everything from fancy gadgets to complicated routines, only to end up frustrated again. The truth is, lasting weight control after 50 demands tools that calm your nervous system and reset your metabolic signals consistently. First, let's talk about breathwork beyond just deep breathing. Simple breathing exercises help, but the real game changers are structured breath patterns that actively shift your nervous system from fight or flight into rest and digest mode. Techniques like box breathing, alternate nostril breathing, or coherent breathing train your body to lower cortisol spikes on demand. These aren't just relaxation tricks, they are metabolic reset buttons you can press anytime stress hits, turning off the fat-storing alarm and restoring calm energy. Next, let's highlight the power of adaptogenic herbs and natural supplements, but with one crucial caveat: not all are created equal, and timing matters. Herbs like ashwagandha, rhodiola, and holy basil have been scientifically shown to modulate cortisol production and improve resilience to stress. However, these need to be taken thoughtfully. Too much, too late in the day, or from low-quality sources can backfire. Using adaptogens as supportive tools, paired with lifestyle habits, creates a synergy that quietly rebalances your stress response over weeks, not hours. This is about consistent metabolic support, not overnight magic. Another powerful, often overlooked tool is creative expression and purposeful distraction. Engaging in hobbies like painting, gardening, playing music, or journaling shifts your brain activity away from stress pathways. These activities reduce cortisol by promoting flow states and emotional release, giving your metabolism a break from constant alertness. This is not about adding another item to your to-do list but rediscovering joy and presence, which are foundational to hormonal balance and fat loss. Finally, let's emphasize the role of social connection and community as a stress buffer. Loneliness and isolation raise cortisol and disrupt metabolic health, yet many overlook this critical factor. Regular, meaningful interactions, whether with friends, family, or supportive groups, lower stress hormones and improve resilience. Even short, positive social moments release oxytocin, the bonding hormone, which counteracts cortisol's damage and promotes fat burning. Building a metabolic reboot tribe is just as important as the food on your plate. These tools, focused breathwork, smart adaptogen use, creative outlets, and social support work together to dismantle the metabolic chaos stress creates. They're not quick fixes, but they are the lasting foundation for reclaiming your metabolism and controlling stubborn weight after 50. When you integrate these consistently, you flip the switch from survival mode to thriving mode. You're no longer a passive victim of stress, you become the master of your metabolic health. Remember, friends, this isn't about perfection or a rush to results. It's about steady, empowered choices that rebuild your body's resilience day by day. You have the knowledge now, the power to choose the right tools and create a life where stress no longer controls your weight or energy. The metabolic reboot is yours to claim. If you followed along this far, you already know the core truth: your metabolism after 50 isn't broken, it's responding to stress and hormone signals in a way that's hard to reverse without a tailored approach. The frustration you feel isn't about lacking willpower or trying hard enough. It's about working with your unique metabolic reality, not against it. So, how do you create a personalized plan that fits your life, respects your body's new rules, and produces real results? The secret lies in crafting small, strategic steps that compound into lasting metabolic reboot. No extremes, no confusion, just clarity and control. First, start with honest self-assessment. Take stock of your current habits, stress levels, sleep quality, and energy patterns. Ask yourself, when do cravings hit hardest? How well do I recover after exercise? What's my evening routine like? This isn't about judgment, it's about gathering data. Your body is already communicating, you just need to listen carefully. Next, set realistic, measurable goals that go beyond the scale. Instead of lose 20 pounds, aim for reduce afternoon energy crashes, or sleep 7 hours without waking. These goals keep you motivated and focused on how you feel and how your metabolism functions, not just numbers. Remember, sustainable metabolic improvement is about balance, not perfection. With your goals clear, build your plan around 3 pillars: stress management, nutrition, and movement, all customized to your preferences and lifestyle. For stress, choose 2 to 3 calming practices that feel doable, maybe morning breathwork, a midday walk, or evening screen-free time. For nutrition, identify which low-glycemic foods you enjoy and can prepare easily, and plan meals around those. For movement, pick activities that energize you without raising cortisol, like gentle yoga, walking with a friend, or light resistance training at home. Lastly, embrace flexibility and tracking. Your body's response will evolve, so check in weekly. How's your energy? Are cravings easing? Is sleep improving? Adjust your plan gently, swap a calming habit if it feels forced, try new recipes, or change your walk route. The goal isn't rigidity, it's creating a metabolic reboot lifestyle that feels natural and empowering. This personalized approach flips the script. You're no longer battling your metabolism with generic advice but partnering with your body for lasting change. The frustration fades when you realize you have the tools and the wisdom to create your unique metabolic reset plan. Remember, Metabolic Reboot after 50 isn't about quick fixes or extremes, it's about consistent, personalized choices that reclaim your energy, shrink stubborn belly fat, and restore your confidence. You've got this. The power to reboot your metabolism and transform your life is in your hands. Start today, and watch your new rules work in your favor. We've busted the biggest myth today: losing stubborn belly fat after 50 isn't about eating less or exercising harder, it's about understanding how chronic stress and cortisol hijack your metabolism. Your body isn't broken, it's responding to signals it's been getting for years without your full awareness. High cortisol rewires fat cells, disrupts insulin, slows your thyroid, and drains your energy. The old rules don't work because they ignore this hormonal sabotage. Now that you know the real culprit, you hold the key to turning it around. Managing stress is not just about feeling calm, it's about lowering cortisol in ways that reset your metabolism, improve insulin sensitivity, and unlock steady energy. Simple habits like mindful breathing, gentle movement, quality sleep, and smart food choices become your metabolic allies, not enemies. Remember, this isn't a quick fix or a magic pill. It's a new playbook designed for your body's unique needs after 50. You have the power to reclaim your metabolic health and finally break free from the frustrating weight gain cycle. If you're ready to stop fighting your metabolism and start working with it, subscribe now and join our community. And tell us, what's one healthy food or habit you discovered that actually made your belly fat worse? Share your story in the comments and help others see the truth.